Hey guys, it's Greg from East Coast Dies, and today I've got the Monday mashup for you. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as possible. There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. We had the start of NCAA Lacrosse, which was awesome. A lot of it was on TV, some of it was streamed on various websites and things like that, but mostly you can look for college lacrosse on some of the main channels, ESPN, ABC, etc., and also ESPNU runs some stuff, and ESPN3 as well. So those are the main places I go to watch lacrosse. So I think Lax All-Stars puts out a lacrosse schedule of what's on TV, so I'll see if I can track that down for you guys. So first off, I want to say thanks to everyone. We hit 13,000 subscribers over the weekend. It's a really exciting benchmark. So next up, I guess, is 15, and then 20. At 15, we'll probably have a pretty cool giveaway. That's a pretty big benchmark. The Lacrosse Network and I both hit 10,000 around the same time, and I kind of tweeted at him or messaged him or something and challenged him a little bit to see who would get to the 21st, and it seems like they are beating me pretty badly. I think the NLL thing is really boosting up their viewership and subscribers, so congrats to them for that, of course. Also, quick note, we've got the Knockaround Sunglass promotion. All orders over $100 while we have these will get a free pair of Knockaround sunglasses. Next quick thing, giving away this Chrome Evo Pro 2.0. Just check out the Sunday Fun Day video. Link it on the screen for you guys so you can check it out. So pretty cool giveaway for just an average Sunday. Throwing down a head. Also, as you guys know, there was a blizzard in the Northeast. I got a lot of tweets and pictures from people saying they got 3 feet, 3.5 feet, 4 feet of snow, which is just crazy. So I hope everyone is safe up there. And I got a couple pictures of people sending me them using their East Coast mesh in the snow, so that was really cool. If you have any cool pictures you ever have like that, you can always tweet me, Instagram, Facebook. I always check those. And somebody last night on Twitter was actually tweeted at me and asked if Greg, if I was the one that runs all the social media, and they were kind of surprised that I am. So if you ever get a tweet, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, from me, or a YouTube comment, it's always me that's placing it, so they're actually talking to me, and I guess some people are kind of surprised to find that out. Alright, so we got one cool piece of gear that a company sent me to check out, and it's from Emerald Lacrosse, and what it is I guess, an easy to install lacrosse specific visor. So here is the visor. I'm going to be putting it in my black CPXR. So I haven't quite gotten around to, let's see here, something like that. So I haven't quite gotten around to installing it yet, but when I do, you can expect a video. There's no clips or anything. It looks like it just has Velcro strips and little holes with grommets, and they said you can trim it. So expect a video once I get this going, and we'll see how I like it. I've never really considered wearing a visor, but you know, maybe if it turns out pretty cool, or I don't know, we'll see how it turns out, and I'll let you guys know, because that could be a pretty cool product to pick up for you guys if it does turn out that it works pretty well. Another quick thing is in the Red Hot Buff series, the Club Ball series over on TLN. The first episode got like 8,000 views, so obviously a lot of you guys like to watch it. They did a little extra interview with one of the players, a little bit more in depth, so that was cool to have a little extra behind the scenes stuff. And they talk about the school, etc., etc. If you guys are thinking about going there, definitely check out the series and definitely check out that video. I had suggested in the comments, and it got some decent thumbs up, that they should try and do some weapon of choice videos with some of the players. A lot of people, I think, would be interested to see what they're playing with. So maybe if I plug it in this video, somebody from TLN will see it and they'll actually get it done, because I think that would be pretty cool. So bug them about it. Let them know that you want to see some how the players' sticks are strung, and then maybe I can help out with tutorials and patterns, replicas, etc., etc. So we had another episode of TLN NLL Top Plays, which you should definitely check out. They'll be putting those out every week, so you'll be able to check that out on screen. Also, one of those plays made the Sports Center Top 10, so that's pretty awesome. And it actually wasn't TLN's NLL Top Play, so it's kind of odd that what TLN considered not the top play in the NLL made the top plays for the entire sports world for that day. So that was a little bit interesting to see, but definitely check that out. That's something I'm really loving. I don't get to see every NLL game, but to get to see the top 10 plays is really nice, and they're always really ridiculous, crazy behind the backs and stuff like that. It's always amazing to see what they can do in such a confined box space. Another cool video that got released on TLN in the last week is the Kyle Harrison LXM highlights. I think they're an accomplishment of the entire body of LXM, all the games from this last tour for Kyle Harrison. So for any of you guys that are midfielders that are really looking to shoot down the alley, on the run, jump shots, outside shots, watching Kyle Harrison and watching a great player do it can really help you learn how to do it yourself. And there's a lot of notes to be taken from how Kyle Harrison shoots, his accuracy, his placement, his speed, how he shoots on the run. So if you're looking to be a player more like Kyle Harrison, you should definitely watch as many highlights of his as you possibly can and try and emulate his form and his shot style. So his highlight reel is definitely the place to do that. And if you want to string your stallion like his, I actually have a tutorial for that. I know a ton of people have used it and really love that pocket. So another cool video I found this weekend was Connor Wilson from Lax All-Stars made a teardrop traditional tutorial. And so what that means is usually in a traditional, leathers are attached directly to the scoop, but then if your head breaks, this means that the traditional is stuck in the pocket unless you want to cut the leathers and duct tape them back together. So it is stuck and you wasted a lot of time and break-in on a pocket in a head that is not broken. So what Connor Wilson does is takes a sidewall string and strings it up through these holes first and then attaches the leather to that string, so then you can just pull the string out, remove the sidewalls under the bottom and pull the whole traditional out. And if the head breaks, you can transfer it to another head, or if you like a different head, you can easily transfer it, because once a traditional is broken in, it's really good for a long time, so probably outlast the head itself. So I thought that was really cool. And this leads me into another concept, which is the Ever Pocket, which has been featured on Lax All-Stars and IO Gear. It's a pocket that they string up in a head they have and use the same removable traditional technology with little metal pegs, and they send the whole pocket to you, and then you add it to your head using the pegs, and you string in the sidewalls and everything and then break it in. So it's another way to get traditional if you don't really know how to string one yourself. So people are coming up with all sorts of innovations, like the Lax Pro Stringer, which I actually have not gotten a chance to check out yet, but plan to very soon. I've just been really busy, so definitely going to get a chance to check that out for you guys. But people are really trying to figure out ways to have everyone be able to string traditionals, use traditionals, even if you don't know how to string it yourself. So I thought that was a really interesting video for some of you guys that might be traditional guys. So I told you guys how Nike was making the new Huarache turfs, which are absolutely sick. I really like them, and I've seen a lot of college kits coming with the Huarache turfs, so I think I might have to pick myself up a pair. But Nike also recently announced, I think I saw it on Lacrosse Playground, and maybe one or two other places, that they are re-releasing the Nike Zoom Air 97s. And so you guys saw me talk about my turf shoes the other week, which are these, which I believe to be the same exact turf shoes as those, if not very similar. These might be a little older. You can see they're still Zoom Airs though, and I really love these turf shoes, and I actually just wore them this weekend. I had them forever, and they're still in good shape. So I might have to pick up a pair of the Nike Zoom Airs as well. The color that I'm showing you guys is in all black with kind of like a neon yellow, chromish accent, which is really sick. I think they are pretty expensive though. I forget what exactly they are, but they're definitely more than the Huarache turf, so I probably won't buy both. I'll probably pick one or the other, so I'll have to figure out which one, but let me know if you guys are going to pick up any of those, because they are pretty sweet. Also, if you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely watch the NCAA rules videos. Even if you just watch it for the stringing rules, which are right in the beginning, you should definitely check it out. If you play by NCAA rules or plan to in the next year or two, it's a really informative video, and you guys definitely need to know what rules you have to be within. Like I said, each high school division or conference is different for whether they follow NCAA or not, so make sure to double check with your coach and find out if you are, because that's very, very important. It depends on what type of head you can use and the type of string you can use, so definitely check that out. I had talked about how now they no longer have the back of the head test, so you won't have to. They won't put the ball on the back of the head and try and dump it out, which is awesome for everyone. Now you can string your channels just a little bit tighter. And I also talked about how they don't allow you to have a butt end or a roll of tape larger than 3.5 inches. Connor Wilson had talked to an official, and they have cleared that rule up, and now they have done away with that, so now you can. Big rolls of tape are back in. Expect another video tomorrow talking solely about that, so I can really explain it to you guys and make sure you all know, because a lot of you seem to be pretty upset by that. So Baltimore has a team in the NALL, the box league. It's a new team for Baltimore. We used to have an NLL team, the Baltimore Thunder, but that was many years ago and no longer have that. So now we have an NAL team in the Baltimore Bombers, and they've had a couple games recently and have been doing pretty well. So ILgear.com dropped a post about their helmets, which are pretty unremarkable. They're just black with some decals on them. And they also have, there was a highlight video that hit the internet this last weekend of Matt Hickman, who if you don't know, he played at Salisbury and also now runs a company called King Dyes, does some dyes for Kyle Harrison, Sam Bradman, as well as a ton of other players, and does a really good job. Make sure to check him out on Twitter at 49 King Dyes. He posts a lot of pictures there, and they're all really cool to check out. He had a ton of goals, and he was just going crazy, was shooting very accurately, so definitely check out his highlight video. It's a great example of how to score in box and how to score in outdoor as well. With his precision, just picking corners, was a really good example. And so I'd always seen his dyes, but never had seen him play as a player. So that was really cool. So I asked him if he would send me some pictures so I could do a video about his weapon of choice for the box league. So I think I'll be getting that out to you guys pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And finally, guys, we had the first weekend of NCAA D1 action. I'm going to try and cover that with you guys a lot every week, tell you a little bit from the highlights, and maybe if I see some highlights, I'll clip them in here or anything like that. So we had Colgate beat Bryant 14-13 in OT. Denver beat Duke 14-12. Hopkins beat Siena 15-6. High Point, a relatively new Division I team, beat Towson for their first ever Division I win, which was really cool. And North Carolina beat Air Force. So I got to watch a couple players I know of for sure play with some East Coast Mesh this weekend. I had a friend of mine send us a picture and let us know that one of the players at North Carolina had 3 goals using the mesh, which was really cool. So I posted that on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you guys see any highlights or anything you would like to see in Monday Mashup, let me know. I'd be happy to add them in. I got to watch some of the Hopkins game, but that was about it. Some of these games were on ESPNU, some were live streamed on different websites. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch too much, but I'm hoping to this next weekend. In addition, this next weekend, or Thursday, you've got Valentine's Day coming up, so make sure you guys are all over that. And don't forget, if you're going to throw a friendly reminder in there, if you don't have a girlfriend, make sure to get your mom something. That's always nice. So now we'll get into the gear. Alright guys, so now we've got the gear section of the Monday Mashup. First we had Colgate's entire kits were released. So they've got some not too exciting looking stuff. Their Maverick team, so they had a custom Maverick shaft which looked really cool. Their helmets which just say Gate on them, and cool little cursive text. I like it when teams do that. Jays had theirs in the Jays text. I kind of like if a team has a shorter name that they can do just Gate or just Jays. And just a bunch of gear. The gloves were interesting, but nothing special. They were just Maybach or Maverick Roams, which I would have expected them to go with the newer model, the Deuce, like Georgetown and other Maverick teams did. So I wonder why. I guess they just liked the gloves from last year and wanted to go with the same ones. They have a maroon jersey, or I guess that's a maroon or crimson jersey, and an all-black jersey with some crimson accents. And like I said, they've got Hirachi turfs as well, and a bunch of different cleats. So next we've got the Bryant helmets and deaths. So this is something that I saw was really, really cool and one of the most awesome pieces of gear that have been released thus far. The helmet is black with a gold stripe right down the middle. And the coolest thing about the helmet is you've seen a lot of two-tone face masks from Warrior, chrome and matte, whatever, what have you. So on these, the very front of it is chrome gold, which fades back to just regular black. So you've got the gold stripe coming in the middle with the very front gold face mask fading into black, going from front to back as opposed to top down. And it is something I've never seen before, and it's absolutely sick. I love the way it looks. On the side, they've just got kind of like an outline logo that just complements the whole really clean look of it. And for Bryant, they went with the new Defs, all black with Bryant in gold right across the wrist strap. and just gold on the inside of the knuckles on the fingers, which I thought was a really cool accent and something you didn't see in customization a couple years ago, but it's pretty new to Warrior. So it's just all black with a little gold accent that you'll really see when their hands are flexed. So I thought that was really cool as well. You get to see 2 new Princeton gloves. One was pretty unexciting. I think it was the MD4s that were just black and orange. The ones that I really like are the Burn gloves, which had orange and black stripes, kind of like tiger stripes, going down the middle of the glove. It looked much more interesting. It was much more custom, so that was nice to see for Princeton. You got a couple more looks at Salisbury uniforms. So they showed, before you just saw practice stuff, they went with very little white, which I like. So there's an all maroon uniform and an all gold uniform with maroon accents, and the elbow pads, even there's very little white. One thing I really like the elbow pads that they did this year as opposed to last year is last year some of their elbow pads had the whole thing was checkerboard, which I wasn't a big fan of, but in this one just the elbow cap is checkerboard and the top and bottom are more solid. Ends up looking a lot nicer. So like I said, the kits have next to no white in them, but I think the cleats that they have are really going to ground it. They have a ton of white and they're a little more custom, have their logo on them and everything. So again, more custom cleats from Warrior, so they're really stepping their game up to the next level. So Warrior, again, released a lot of stuff this last week. They released 2 more Denver helmets. One was absolutely insane. Probably, I don't know, so far my 3 favorite helmets are the Warrior Carbon TIIs for the Greyhounds, those Bryant helmets, and now Denver's, which are like a red carbon fiber with a gold DU, a gold face mask, and a red chin. And they are absolutely wild looking. I don't think I like them more than the Greyhound ones just because they looked a lot meaner, the Greyhounds with the black and gray, but this was really a sweet color option for them, and I can't wait to see them wear them. Good, nice to see them go with something a little more aggressive. I think Warrior's doing a great job having between matte, two-tone face mask, custom, I don't even know how they do hydrographic elements in the helmets. Ends up looking really wild. And then they had a second little cleaner looking option that was all white with a gold face mask, red chin, red stripe down the middle, and a red DU on the side. And finally, VMI's helmets also got released, and this is a helmet that I'm not a big fan of. I don't really like it when company or teams do full helmet wraps for NCAA teams, especially one that looks as crazy as this. It looks kind of like a summer club ball helmet. They did like a whole carbon fiber look, gold shell or camo look, digital camo, gold shell with a big VMI on the side. It just looks a little busy for me, and I was not a huge fan of it. So let me know what you guys think of that helmet in the description. So that's all the gear that got dropped. Make sure to let me know if you find any more, and see you in the next week that you want me to feature. Alright guys, so now we've got the video recap portion. So these are all the videos that you might have missed from last week. First we had the 2013 NCAA string rules updated. There'll be another update to this tomorrow, but make sure you go check this video out. But don't pay attention to the butt end and tape part because that has been changed since I made that video. Filled a bunch of retail orders, a few new stores like Sports Extra and Percival Sports, so make sure to check those out. Then we had the release of the Collegiate 2-color fade mesh, which a lot of people are picking up and liking. And then the video about the free knockarounds, and finally the Sunday Fun Day giveaway that you guys should definitely check out if you have not. So anyway guys, that is the Monday mashup. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel for more string videos and tutorials we upload daily. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.